In 2013, Kenny Byers went from walk-on to starter to all-conference defensive back and an integral part of a defense that brought another bowl victory to Denton.
Knocked away by Byers.
After a losing record in 2014, Byers was prepared to reestablish himself as a captain and lead the defense to a bowl game.
Hey, first off, I want to thank God. Everyone in this room is a blessing to have all y'all in my life. Being elected captain is a huge honor. I'm ready to go to war for you guys. So last year, it was about a week before the first game against SMU. I felt it in my right leg. It was pain shooting all the way down to my calf. And after a scrimmage, it got to the point where I couldn't walk on it, and I started having to crutch around. And they weren't sure what it was. For the longest time, for the first couple weeks, we thought it was a hamstring deal. I ended up going and getting it looked at by a doctor, and they said it was a herniated disc in my lower back. That's when they told me that I'm gonna have surgery on it, and I'd be out for the year. That's probably one of the lowest moments of my life, just because I'd worked so hard for something with my teammates, getting sidelined for the whole season a week before SMU. I don't know, it killed me.
Hey, hold on to that quarterback. When y'all get to him, hold on to him. He's slippery.
Had the surgery, and I'm sitting there on the sideline against SMU, and I saw our team have some success. Like, it killed me not being out there. As the weeks went on, I started seeing where the team was headed, and that was equally as painful. Just watch it slowly fall apart, and then what happened to the coaching staff. It really was a nightmare. It was one of the worst things to be around. I hated coming to practice. I hated being around everybody because people weren't the same. People were falling apart and going in different directions, and it was awful. And then I got to a point where I could slowly start lifting some stuff, but nothing substantial. So when we got back for winter workouts and Coach Luttrell just got here, I was cleared, I was full go, so I thought I'd come out there and just be ready to roll and feel like my old self. And I started running around, and I didn't have the same strength I had in my right leg. And so I wasn't as fast, I wasn't as quick as I once was, and it kind of scared me because I didn't know if I'd ever get back to that. After our second scrimmage in spring football, Coach Luttrell, he called me, asked me to come into his office. I was like, dang, I don't know what this is about.
It took me a little bit of time just to evaluate exactly what we had offensively and defensively, and special teams for that. And we didn't have a ton of experience and maturity at the wide receiver position.
He's like, we think you can come over here and play receiver, and we think you can help us a lot.
I asked him, would you feel comfortable moving? It's not like I said, hey, this is what you have to do.
I want to see what I could do at receiver. So I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, I think I could do that too. But at the same time, it was really weird for me because is he serious right now? Like, I've played corner for 3 to 4 years, and he wants to move me to receiver.
Number-wise, at receiver, we were really slim, especially at that position that we call A, and thought that he could do it. So we talked about it as a staff, and the defensive staff said, you know, he's doing some good things for us, but if he's going to help us more over there, then we're open to that.
We felt like we had depth at corner. We had also signed a couple of JUCO corners that we felt would be coming in. And the depth at the receiver spot was a major concern. You know, going to an offense that was more spread, that needed more bodies. We would be able to get by without him. We didn't know if the offense would get by without him. It had nothing to do with his defensive ability whatsoever.
I mean, you would look at even side and even parts of the field, and you say, hey, where's 31? I'm going to throw to the other side. So it's not like he was a bad cornerback by any stretch of the imagination. What people don't know is that he might be one of our fastest guys on the team. We had, you know, sprints and acceleration drills last year, and he'd always be top 3. And it transitioned really well to, you know, slot receiver, and I think that's what the coaches saw.
You know, football IQ is not just being able to memorize plays, but to understand the game. Whether it be offense or defense, when a play is called, you know, what's your responsibility, but also what are the adjustments you have to make based on what the other side of the ball is doing. There might be a certain route called, but if they give you a coverage, how do you adjust that route based on that coverage? And Kenny was also the type of guy that we felt like intelligently and from a football IQ, he would be able to make the transition over there and learn it the quickest.
Play wreck. There's Kenny Byers reading it perfectly.
Can we get the same Kenny Byers as y'all did? You know, this year it's incredible what he's done, how he's really stepped up to the plate and, you know, became Kenny Byers again, even though it's on the offensive side now.
Caught by Byers, first down, gain of 12.
I was feeling about 80% of myself after spring ball, but this summer is whenever it finally clicked back for me, and I felt like I was running and cutting like I used to. I mean, the first couple of weeks it wasn't easy. All spring ball was hard. I felt like I was a little out of place. I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I'd come from playing defense where I was so comfortable and I was so natural back there. I think that's why I was a good defender, because it was so instinctual.
He was such a good cornerback that he would study what receivers would do. Whether they broke down 2 steps, 3 steps, whether they would play off the right foot, left foot, depending on whether they were going out or in. And great DBs study that instead of just studying route concepts. They study how the body movement works with especially receivers.
And I know what kind of technique they're trying to play on me, if they're trying to jam or catch me, or they're playing soft man. So I kind of know how to attack them, and I know what I hated when receivers would do to me, so I kind of try to turn it around on them a little bit.
Kenny Byers goes 74 yards.
Yeah, the thing about it is Kenny's a great listener. You hear people say, you only have to tell them once. Kenny would fall into that category. He doesn't make the same mistakes very often. It's important to him. I think that's why.
He always be telling me, like, man, I miss tackling people. I miss being physical. At the end of the games, at the end of practice, like, sometimes he like, man, it feel like I didn't do enough, but that's just the position he in right now. At receiver, you're not gonna always get the ball. You're not gonna always make the play.
How's he playing when the ball's not in his hand? Being physical, blocking, and those are the little details that maybe everybody else does not see, but I see him and his teammates see him when we turn the film on Sunday.
But at cornerback, he had those opportunities to make plays on balls, make a lot of tackles, so that's a real big change for him.
During fall camp, Byers was once again recognized as a team leader, this time on the offensive side of the ball.
You don't often see, I don't think I've ever even heard of, defensive captain, switching to an offensive captain, and just so the transition was so fluid like for him. Even though he had that one off year, it was just, Captain Kenny came back. He didn't miss a beat.
This episode of Beyond the Green is brought to you by Lucky Lou's, celebrating 20 years, Sunday, October 16th.
Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the grind, where there's the right way, the wrong way, and the North Texas way. Wake up, train, sleep, repeat, 24/7, 365. The grind cannot be tamed. The grind is relentless. The grind will wear you down. It will push you through the beat, and it will lift you up in victory. Get ready. It's time to feed the grind.
North Texas versus Louisiana Tech, Saturday, November 5th. Call 940-565-2527 or visit meangreensports.com.
The land is big here. Vibrant cities and open skies lead the way to UNT. In our classrooms, studios, and labs, science and art converge. Creativity drives innovation, and today's learners become tomorrow's leaders. Inspiring one of America's great iconic college towns. All who come here create their own mark. UNT is a pantheon of opportunity, a place of transformation, a catalyst for the future.
Caring. Community.
Committed. Compassionate.
Unity.
Understanding.
Uplifting.
Unconditional.
Service. Selflessness.
Strength.
Support.
Appreciation. Accountable.
Accommodating.
Accepting.
This is who we want to be.
Every day, all day, CUSA.
Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the grind, where there's the right way, the wrong way, and the North Texas way. Wake up, train, sleep, repeat, 24/7, 365. The grind cannot be tamed. The grind is relentless. The grind will wear you down. It will push you through the beat, and it will lift you up in victory. Get ready. It's time to feed the grind.
North Texas versus Louisiana Tech, Saturday, November 5th. Call 940-565-2527 or visit meangreensports.com.
Understand, they're going to pick one of you three to double, all right? They're going to pick the next guy over to trap, all right? So as you're running down, either at that 4 or that 5 spot, okay? If you feel either the 3 or the 4 get doubled, you have plenty of space to trap that guy. You know what I mean? Open up that vision, feel it back over there from the left, stick your foot and gun underneath, okay? All right, when we don't cover as many kicks because, we've gotten touchbacks the last few weeks, all right? Then all of a sudden, we start looking at every opportunity we get as being more and more important because that's one more rep we get to put on tape. Understand what we're getting ready to go do this afternoon, okay? I have not been around many places where I hear the opposing team talking about how good their special teams is, okay? And about how they like that matchup. No, not here, okay? they will try to bully your ass. So make sure you get your mind in a place that you know exactly where you are right now. Don't get lost in the routine of game day. This is our edge. This has always been our edge. This always will be our edge. Put that sign in the ground and say, when I do this, I do it well. Be vicious on three. Be vicious on three. 1, 2, 3. Be vicious.
It varies, whether it's a day game or a night game. And based on that, we set our schedule. So we'll wake up in the morning, we'll eat breakfast, and we'll go straight from there to special teams walkthrough. From there, we'll go for offensive, defensive walkthroughs. Basically, it's the game plan that we've gone over, throughout the week over and over and over, through practices, through meetings, everything like that. Game plan's been in. We've made mistakes. We've corrected them. And it's to the point now where, hey, we're just getting one more middle rep at it. As coaches, we sit back. We don't talk a whole lot. We're just evaluating to make sure they know what they do, and you kind of treat them like they're out there on that field. Basically, it's a polish to, a confidence builder that they know exactly what they're doing and they're ready to go.
We've talked about it all week. They're going to challenge us. It's one-on-one. We got to win on one-on-one matchups. All it is one-on-one drill on the outside, inside, dominate physically, and we'll go win a game. All right, get a break, get some rest. Let's get ready to go win. High five this man. Win on three. Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
And then they're on their own for a few hours. A night game, it's a long day.
I mean, we have 3 hours to hang out, and then we have a chance to go up to our room, relax, watch some games that are on. I actually do some homework just because the way my classes are set up. With our football schedule being so busy, we have practice late and then we go to tutoring. Even though we have tutoring, we aren't able always to get our stuff done. And then by then we want to get to bed because we got to be up early the next day and start all over again. And then right now it's just a good time to catch up. Right now I'm looking at one of my online classes. It's a management class, and so I'm just reading through some PowerPoints and notes. Then again, I'll take a quiz in a little bit.
The theory of coming to a hotel is to get away from distractions, number one, and get focused on what we have to do to win the football game.
I think you can go back around this way and cut back up behind the back of the hotel.
What we used to do before was we'd go right from here.
And then walk back around this?
Yeah, and then we'd circle around again.
Okay, you can lead the way, man.
I don't know, man.
We keep preaching about being a family, and this is when they build those relationships a lot of times is on the weekend when we're all together in this hotel.
It's really neat. We go on walks because we can't sit in the room that long, and we're too ADD to be in there just sitting down for 3 hours. So, and it's a perfect day out. So we're gonna enjoy the outside. It just keeps you loose on game day, and like when you sit around, it's tough to activate all your muscles again to just go play a football game. So I try to be active more the day of the game. Honestly, that water looks really bad.
You wouldn't drink it?
No.
Even with one of those straws?
Oh, with the straw, yeah.
We'll get back together. We'll have a chapel service. We'll go to dinner, and then we'll have one final team meeting where we all get together, and Coach Luttrell will talk to the team, and we'll get on the bus and get ready to go.
And then we head over to Apogee and then get rolling from there.